Welcome back. Now we're with Cindy Houston with Wendell Foster. Glad to have you, Cindy.
Thanks for having me.
There will be an event coming up in October for special needs families and families across the community.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about this event?
I can. It's called the Special Needs Expo. It's scheduled for Saturday, October 20th from 9 to 1 at Owensboro Christian Church. And it's just an opportunity for community agencies, nonprofit agencies, local and state resources to come together under one roof so that families can come and go booth to booth and just gather resources to help make informed decisions about their child.
How did this come about? I mean, I share very openly, and I know you do as well. We both have sons that have special needs.
Right.
And I remember 17 years ago just not knowing where to go. So did this come about from sort of that need, or?
Well, a lot of different needs. I think that I've been to expos and different resource fairs over the years, and I think that we've had some here in Owensboro occasionally, but nothing consistently. And so in March I went to the Special Needs Expo in Bowling Green, and it was awesome. It was just a room full of resources. It was amazing. They had entertainment. It was a really fun day. And so I came back to Owensboro and I contacted Sandra Gilbert at the commission, and I said, hey, do you want to help do this? And she said, yeah, let's do it. So that's how it started. Sandra is another parent who has kids with special needs, so we just want to help families.
Yeah.
We just want to help families navigate resources.
Well, there are going to be some. You said a fun day. What in it besides? Because sometimes going to a fair like that can be so daunting.
Right.
And I'll tell you. I mean, I know for myself, it can be overwhelming. My son has autism, but he has sensory issues. Sometimes I get sensory overload with the information.
Absolutely.
So you all actually have something to kind of temper that for the families that day.
Well, we do. It's kind of a come and go event. So you don't have to stay for the whole time. We are going to have entertainment throughout the day. So we've got a couple of acts lined up. Music Studios All Abilities class is going to be performing. GRATSA's Star Squad, and GRATSA stands for Green River Area Down Syndrome Association. So they have a really cool dance team. They are going to be performing. Leland Isbell, who most people in the community know.
Leland, yes.
It's actually Hammer Jammer, very talented harmonica player who happens to have Down syndrome. He's going to be performing. So we're going to have lots of fun throughout the day, some dancing. We're going to have a DJ. And I think that a couple of the activities, we're going to have a sensory area for kids as well. That's sponsored.
Can Mama use it?
Yes, that Mama can use too. That's sponsored by Theratree, a local agency that provides, I think, OT and speech services. So again, it's a come and go event. So don't feel like you have to come and spend 4 hours there. You just come and go as you can.
And it is a free event. I know.
Definitely, right.
Sometimes I think with all the therapies and the things that some of the children need, families get pushed to the financial limit. And this sounds like it's going to be a day where it's like that is off the table.
It is. And we're going to provide lunch. And I did want to mention that we actually just received a sponsorship this week for the event through the Commonwealth Council for Developmental Disabilities. So that's going to help us cover all of our costs. So that it's less on Wendell Foster and the commission, so we can all just collaborate together and make this a good day for families.
Well, and one of the things that I really appreciate about Wendell Foster and the other agencies in the community are the resources you actually have on a daily basis. Can you tell us a little bit about where you work on Wendell Foster's campus over there, even though now it is Wendell Foster?
Right.
On the campus, tell us what you do.
Wendell Foster does a lot of things. We have an intermediate care facility that's a residential facility. We have really great outpatient clinic that offers PT, speech, and OT. We have an autism program. We offer SCL and Michelle P. Waiver services. And then I work in the Technology and Resource Center. So we are an assistive technology resource center. We basically a lending library of equipment so that consumers can come in and try things out, sort of a try it before you buy it deal, because assistive technology is expensive. We want to make sure that the customers get a good fit before they spend money out of pocket or they even submit it to a funding source. But as part of that, part of the Resource Center, we also have a family, it's called Family Seeds. It's a family support group. So it's all inclusive. It's all ages, all disabilities. We try to offer several activities each year, lunch and learns throughout the year. So just to help families network and navigate this journey, because even though our kids may have different diagnoses, we share a lot of the same challenges.
Yes.
And so just being able to network together, I think helps families.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you all offered last year, I'm going to highlight this just because it was really, really helpful to myself, that the diagnosis or the need does not stop it after school age.
Right.
And one of the things, both of our sons are 17, and you kind of think, I remember when my son was little, we would say, what are we going to do when he's 18? Or and I had to refocus that and say, I need to get him through the day.
Right.
Because some days were moment by moment,
Absolutely.
Hour by hour, day
Sure.
by day. Now, though, we are at that level where we're having to look at he's becoming an adult.
Right.
So what I love about your fair is you're probably going to touch on many ages and stages.
Right. Absolutely. I think we have more than about 60 vendors signed up
Wow,
right now.
that's excellent.
Yeah, so I think it's going to cover everything from health and wellness agencies to advocacy agencies, transition opportunities.
Too many to count.
That's
why
a lot.
people need to come out.
It is, and I get what you were saying earlier about it being overwhelming, and you feel like you're just putting information into the bag, but it's great to collect it and then
Absolutely.
get home, and then you might stop at a booth and maybe it's not what you need right now, but it plants a seed so that 2 years from now you remember that and you go back to it, and you'll kind of have a resource to go from.
Well, it's something that is really, really been helpful. If people aren't connected to a group, you've got your seeds, speaking of seeds, the Family Seeds program. And you're so right. I remember meeting people early on in our journey, if you will, who I remember, this is going to sound crazy, I remember listening to another mom share a story and going, bless her heart. Like, I feel so bad for her. Her son was a teenager at that time.
Right.
Once my son became a teenager, her words from how she dealt with it, I was able to reincorporate them back into my, at the time it did not even register that I would need that information.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
I've had similar situations as well.
Were it not for groups like Family Seeds,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have had the opportunity to even pull back, pull from
Right.
that. I have a sort of I say it's a funny question, but because you all do loan out equipment for people to use before they buy, is there anything in particular that seems to be the most popular that you see, wow, this has been a great resource in the community, people tend to use this more?
Well, I mean, assistive technology is very broad, so it could be communication devices or equipment for people who have low vision or hearing impairments. We have a lot of positioning equipment for the younger population.
Wow, okay.
So
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so I mean, we're actually contracted with First Steps, so we provide equipment all across the state to kids that are in the First Steps program. So they may need adapted seating or gait trainers or standers, walkers. Those are some of the popular items that go out quite frequently. We have lots of adapted toys, switches, environmental controls. We serve all ages and all disabilities, and I think that it's one of the hidden resources in our community. We're not trying to hide it. We want people to know about it. But they can definitely call Wendell Foster, and again, and part of the Resource Center as well is that we'll just help families navigate anything. So if they want to call and just, I'm not sure where to turn, I may not know either.
But it's a starting point.
But it's a start, and I may know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and yeah, it's just a starting point.
Well, with the resource fair coming up in October, what do you hope that parents take away? Like, what is your all's ultimate goal? Just
to get information out there for parents to learn about resources that are right here in their community that they're not aware of. so many things. And again, I mean, we've touched on that. You may not need it now, but you may need it sooner than you think. So just knowing that it's available and that it's an option for you down the road, I think is really important.
Can you tell us again that location, the times, and the cost?
Sure, it's free.
It's free.
It's Saturday, October 20th from 9 to 1 at Owensboro Christian Church. It is the same day as the Apple Fest, but you can do both.
Start in the
You
morning.
can do both. So,
Well, that sounds
Yeah,
great. Well,
yeah.
Cindy, thank you so much for joining us.
well, thank you for having me.
We'd like to thank you for watching this segment of 71 Magazine. Stay tuned for more great community programming.